Hi there, young scientists. Welcome back to Kids Science Corner. It's a beautiful day, perfect to talk about something super important in nature, the food chain. Ever wonder how energy flows through the ecosystem, from plants to animals, and even us? Well, let's dive in. Imagine you're in a garden. Look around. Plants are soaking up sunlight, animals are munching on plants, and some are even hunting each other. This flow of energy from one living thing to another is what we call a food chain. Each creature plays an important role, and they're all connected in ways we may not see right away. Every food chain begins with the sun. Plants, like that green patch of grass or the big leafy tree, capture sunlight and turn it into energy through a process called photosynthesis. Plants are known as producers because they produce energy for other living things. They're the foundation of every food chain. Here comes our first eater. See that caterpillar nibbling on a leaf? This little guy is what we call a primary consumer or an herbivore, meaning it eats only plants. It gets all its energy directly from the producer, our green plant. Isn't that neat? But wait, who's watching the caterpillar? That's right, a frog. Frogs eat insects like caterpillars to get their energy. Since the frog is eating another animal, we call it a secondary consumer or a carnivore. Now, what happens if a hawk swoops down and spots our frog? Well, it might just decide that frog looks like lunch. Hawks are tertiary consumers because they're at the top of this particular food chain. So we have the sun giving energy to plants, plants feeding herbivores, herbivores being eaten by carnivores, and sometimes carnivores being eaten by even bigger carnivores. This is what we call an energy flow, and it's a one-way journey up the food chain. But what happens when plants and animals reach the end of their life? Well, nature has some special helpers called decomposers like fungi and bacteria. These tiny creatures break down dead plants and animals, returning nutrients to the soil. That way, plants can use them to grow again, and the food chain keeps going in an endless cycle. Now, did you know that every habitat, whether it's a forest, ocean, or desert, has its own unique food chains? For example, in the ocean, it might start with algae, then move up to small fish, then to bigger fish, and finally to sharks. So, each environment has its own set of food chains working together. So, let's recap. Food chains are how energy moves from the sun to plants to animals and back to the soil through decomposers. Each part, from producers to consumers to decomposers, plays a role in keeping nature balanced. Thanks for joining Kids Science Corner on this magnificent adventure. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and subscribe our channel for more fun learning.